Yeah, good morning. This is Bang Bang Rail. Just a little video this morning about guys that I met in Chelmsford Prison. Well, one of them actually is Ronnie Bender. Ronnie Bender was a gentleman, mate. He was so nice. You couldn't believe that he was involved with any gangsterism, villainy, or anything like that at all. Yeah, he was just a nice guy. But I've seen him get upset and kick off a little bit, and you don't want to be around him when he's like that. Yeah, but to meet this guy, to read him in books and all that, and the people that was in Chelsea prison was nice. You know, like it was an experience. You know what I mean? You think, God, and you read about all these people with the McRae's and all those and all that lot. You know, and Billy Hill and talking about these people. You think, wow, man, it's proper, you know what I mean? It's like when we do our own videos and podcasts, and you like to look, people like to know about our experiences as well, you know. But to listen to their experiences is completely different, you know. In them days, it was proper gangsterism, you know. And he was talking about the craze to me, and Jack the Hat and all them, and they got stabbed up and they bashed him up. I mean, Jack the Hat, when they done him, Ronnie Bender was saying that they done him in a cruel way. He didn't, you know, this guy, he died in a way that he shouldn't have died, yeah. They was all stamping over his head, just kicking him to death, stabbing him to death. You know, it was just a wicked way to die, yeah. And you could see that he was like a remorse. There's a lot of remorse there, yeah. And anyway, but we will have remorse later on in our life, you know, but not at that time, you know. But he did say that he died not as he should have died. He died a wicked way, yeah, and not giving the guy respect for who he was. And he was saying that the craze, them two, whenever anything was done, they'd done it together. They never done it separate. Everything was always done together. There was a pair. They was like just stuck together like 24/7 really. And he said, Ray, more than anything, he said that people don't realise that both Ronnie and Reggie were both gay. It wasn't just Ronnie, it was both of them was gay, you know, and they wasn't gay in the thing, i.e. that there was camp and they walked around in dresses and all that, and they talked hello and all that sort of thing. They was this gay. They're just like young boys, and it doesn't seem possible that, you know, you hear about Reggie that got married and all that, and this is why more likely she killed herself, you know, because she wasn't having no relationship with Reggie as such, yeah. So you can understand it, kind of. But Ronnie, he was talking to me about Ronnie and Reggie, and he was saying they was very close, always together. He said, Ronnie was completely off his nut, was as nutty as a fruitcake. But Ronnie was like one of these people that would tell you straight to your face, listen, do sort of phone and piss off, or listen, before you get hurt, go away, you know what I mean? Just don't come near and do sort of favour. And he was that way. He said, but Reggie was completely opposite. Everybody thought that it was Ronnie that was a lunatic. It was Reggie that was a nut. Reggie would talk to you, hello mate, how you going? Put his arm around you, buy you a drink. Yeah, nice to see you, what you been up to? But knows full well that guy that he's talking to ain't no good. But he didn't let him know that he knew that he was no good. So where Ronnie would go, Ronnie would go and do sort of favour now, piss off. Don't let me talk to you again, go away, you're going to get really hurt, yeah? You might get a right-hander off of Ronnie, yeah? But Reggie, he said, would talk to you like a mate. Put his arm around you, be nice, and then you go to the toilet, and then Reggie would come in. Reggie would come in and he would cut you to pieces. He would just cut you to pieces without even thinking that there was any animosity there. He would just rip you to pieces. That is the difference between Reggie and Ronnie Gray. He said Ronnie was a complete nut, but you could talk to Ronnie. He was a nice guy to talk to. You could have a conversation with Ronnie, sometimes it didn't make a lot of sense, but it was all right. It was nice to talk to, and it was nice. It wasn't no aggression, you know. If he didn't like you, he'd tell you he didn't like you, and he'd dislike you off. Yeah. But Reggie, he was just one of them people that no one trusted. No one trusted. How can you trust someone that is also gay, like Ronnie, but he's also gay, but no one knew? Everybody knew in the firm that they was gay, but beyond that firm, they didn't know. People didn't know that it was Reggie that was gay, as well as Ronnie. And it was Reggie that would have boys, as well as Ronnie. You can understand, can't you? It's like a lot of these people in government, the same, you know, they get married because they get married as just to show people that they're normal. But behind the scenes, they're not normal. They're gay. You know, or they've got a bit of something weird about them, you know. It's come out on the news about certain ones being MPs that are gay. And it's the same sort of thing, you know. But he was just saying that, Ray, he said, you know, a lot of people know it. But he just sit down and talk with Ronnie Bender. I was going there sometimes, you know, and there's a few people in there, and I was going there and do a lot of neck exercises, because he had these big cushions, and I was doing loads of neck rolls in there and loads of press ups in there. I could do 500 press ups in what? I'm not joking. In half an hour, 500 press ups, easy. Not easy, but I would do it. Yeah, but. He always said to me, Ronnie Bender, he said, you know what, Ray? He said, when you get out of prison, mate, he said, you want to go on a boat. You know, you should go on a boat and all that, and just like, or be a bodyguard, you know, and all that sort of thing. He said, you know, you could do that. Look at the size here. Get out of all this gangsterism shit and all this villainy shit. He said, because look, what's happened? He said, I handed over someone a knife. He said, look at me. He said, all us lot involved with the craze are doing Big Bird. For what, mate? For what? You know what I mean? And then you know, I can talk to you like a human being. I'm talking to you like a human being without being frightened of someone stabbing me back like Reggie. Reggie, he said, Reggie was like, I don't know, he was more of a schizophrenic psychopath than Ronnie. But Ronnie was like, you know, weird with drugs, taking drugs and all that, you know, a bit weird, went a bit crazy. But he said, you can't trust the craze. You couldn't trust them as such, yeah. They would, like, as I said, stick together. And if one kicked off, the other one would kick off. But with Ronnie didn't like you get a clump and it'd kick off. But with Reggie, as I just said before, Reggie was just nice to you, you know, and pull you in, and then they would chop you up. So that's a schizophrenic psychopath. he's a nutcase. He should have been in Broadmoor with Ronnie, you know what I mean? Anyway, this is Bang Bang Ray. Please press the like button and subscribe, and good morning, yeah, bye-bye.